hope you enjoy the border around this video. I think that it goes well with the theme of strong-willed kids. And strong-willed children is a phrase that I'm hearing more and more and more pop up in different support groups around the internet. So it is definitely something that I can resonate with, and basically all of the parents that I work with have kiddos that fall under this category, that they're a bit more strong-willed. Some of the other kiddos, maybe have some anxiety, things like that, but strong-will is definitely one of the most common characteristics of the kids, of the parents that I work with. So I was excited to see a request to talk about redirecting strong-willed kids. So that is what we're going to talk about today. Please feel free to share this video. I do videos basically every weekday and try to just encourage parents. So the more people who know about these videos, the more parents that are encouraged. So please feel free to share. And if you are catching this video as a shared video, let me introduce myself. My name is Jillian. I'm a licensed clinical professional counselor, and my business, Fly on the Wall Counseling, provides online services to parents who are looking for some help in challenging their children's or in addressing their children's challenging behaviors. And so I work with them and equip them to be able to do that and restore peace to their hearts and their homes. So I love that some people are joining in here live. JB says, have you been a fly on the wall in my house today? No, but I love being a fly on the wall, which is why my business name is Fly on the Wall Counseling. I love being able to have sessions where I get to see kiddos in action. Super fun, and allows me to get a really good view of what's going on in your home. But Jamie, you are not alone. There are a lot of parents out there who have a child just like yours who is amazing but challenging. Strong-willed kids are amazing but challenging, and redirecting them can be super frustrating. So but let me just say, when we have a child who is strong-willed, they have a wonderful asset. Another way to think of strong-willed, and maybe a little bit more positive spin, is assertive. And when you think about adults who are assertive, not abrasive, not controlling, commanding, but assertive, that's a very positive quality for somebody to have. When you're assertive, you're able to get things done, take care of things that need to happen, and advocate for yourself and also for other people who are in need of advocating. So we don't necessarily want to squash someone who may be a strong-willed child, because they do have some very encouraging and wonderful characteristics about them. But that doesn't mean that we just kind of let them go and do whatever they want and don't push back a little when they're behaving or acting in a way that is not appropriate. And that certainly happens on a day-to-day, minute-by-minute, maybe even basis, because kids, they push the limits. Kids don't understand the way that they're supposed to behave necessarily. They don't inherently know what's socially appropriate or acceptable. And emotional regulation, positive attitudes, those are all things that need to be learned. And so if your child is strong-willed and you're battling these things on a daily basis, please know that that is normal. And if your child is not strong-willed and you are battling this on a daily basis, please know that that is normal too. So when it comes to redirecting, this means that a child is doing a behavior that you want them to stop, and so you try to get them to do something else. So that's basically, redirection at its simplest. So the child is, banging a toy against the wall. Please stop banging the toy against the wall. I need you, you need to stop doing that, right? That's a redirection. If they are using rude language, I need you to stop being rude and start being respectful, right? That would be a redirection. Kids with strong wills don't necessarily handle redirection very well because they don't like being told what to do. Kids with a strong will desire power and control. And so when they're being redirected, they are feeling not as if they have power and control, but that power, control, and authority is being asserted over them. And so that's why redirection is so tough with these kids. So how do you successfully redirect them? Because obviously you can't allow them to continue to do the negative behavior. We want them to transition. But when you see the negative behavior, you assert power, control, and authority over them, they push back. And so now all of a sudden we have another negative behavior on our hands of not just what was going on in the first place, but also the maybe rude, abrasive, or inappropriate reaction that they have to you trying to redirect them. Then you have a choice of what do I address right now? Do I address the original behavior? Do I address what they're doing in the moment? That's a whole different video, I suppose, but what do you do to redirect them and get them to do what you want to do? Now, when it comes to addressing child behavior and setting yourself up for success and having peace in the midst of your parenting moments, planning ahead is always one of the number one things that I suggest in handling situations. Now, the reason why I say planning ahead in terms of redirecting may seem confusing because you're like, well, how am I going to know what my child is going to do before they do it? But here's the thing. Very, very likely your child does the same negative behaviors on a daily basis. They may manifest themselves in different ways, but they're the same general negative behaviors. So maybe your child is prone to taking toys from their sibling. Maybe your child is prone to rolling their eyes at you. Maybe your child is prone to avoiding chores. Maybe your child is prone to utilizing some kind of toy or something in the home in a way that's not the way that you're supposed to use it. All sorts of different things. You know what your child is going to struggle with. And so building up some expectations around this is how I expect you to act is going to be crucial in your redirection process. Your child needs to know what you expect. A phrase I hear often is, well, they should know better, or they should know what I expect. But the thing is, they don't. And it doesn't matter if you think they should, they don't. And you need to spell that out for them. It needs to be obvious to them, and it doesn't matter if you think you should have to spell it out. Spell it out. Set that bar of expectation. Make sure they know what they're supposed to do. And here's what that does. So instead of having to redirect, tell them to stop, to do something else, all of a sudden this can turn into, I need you to tell me what the appropriate way is to use that toy. I need you to tell me what the appropriate way is to interact with your sibling. You can go from a redirection to a question and also to problem solving. What is the expectation around your chores? Instead of, you need to be getting your chores done right now. Instead of, you need to stop throwing things across the room. It's, what are the expectations for the way that you're supposed to use your toys? We turn a redirection into a question, and then the child has the control to be able to react. And instead of you enforcing something on top of them, they're instead responding to a question and taking accountability on their own. Now, of course, I'm not going to say 100% of the time this is going to go smooth and perfect and wonderful, but it will take out a lot of the power struggle that goes on. And if you have questions for any of the specific fallout that may happen afterwards, please feel free to comment on here, add your question, or reach out to me in a message as well. And if you on a regular basis feel like you are struggling as a parent please feel free to join my Restoring Peace to Parents group. I did another live video today in that group that was When Love Turns to Fear and Steals Your Peace. Really great video. I give exclusive content in there. So if you are not part of Restoring Peace to Parents, you need to be in there, and I will put the link below for you to be able to join that group. So thank you everyone for listening. Feel free to let me know if you have questions. Join that group. Share this video. You have a great rest of your week, and love those precious kiddos of yours. Bye.